Hey, Two City students, even though I can't see your faces, I am thankful we live at a time where we still have the ability to see one another and talk to one another because of today's technology. If this event had happened 30 years ago, we would not have been able to use our cell phones, we would not have been able to text or stream any type of video. We would have been relegated to using letters or phone calls or the occasional courier pigeon. We are living in a time that I can only describe as the unknown. We are being asked to stay at home and be around our families 24/7. People are clinging to the news. They're asking questions like, what's next? Or how long is this going to last? You know, we see the messages put out by our government and our medical professionals, and they're pretty consistent right now. They're asking us to be safe, be careful, and they really are saying we're trying to do our best. And truthfully, I believe they really are doing the best that they can with the information that they have. But the reality is, even they, the experts, they don't know how long this is going to last. They can crunch numbers and they can hypothesize on a timeline, but they still live in the same sea of uncertainty that right now is taking us wherever it wants to go for however long it wants to go there. But there's hope because we can trust God in the unknown. That's why I wanted us to take a little time to look at Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. It's in this time right now that I continue to see how the Word of God truly is a living text. What that means is it's relevant. It's not just some ancient text that has a bunch of good advice. It's the living Word of God. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not in your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make straight your path. So often we say or we sing that we trust Him, or that we want to give Him our future, or we trust His hands. But in actuality, we're still trying to control everything. On one hand, we're saying, God, we trust you, and on the other hand, we are constantly still trying to sway the long-term outcome. Now, it's through this our anxiety is elevated because we've fooled ourselves to believe that we are in control, that we were in control, or that we are wanting to get back to being in control, when in actuality, we were never in control. We are definitely right now not in control, and only He is in control. Now, we still have to do our part, even with these changes and all the new circumstances that have been thrust into our lives. You make a conscious decision to trust God with the end result, even if His outcome is different from the outcome that you had originally planned. In Luke chapter 12, verse 25 through 26, it says, "And which of you by being anxious can add a single hour to his lifespan? If then you are not able to do as small a thing as that, why are you anxious about the rest?" God has it under control. We don't need to be anxious. He has got it covered. So let me give you an example. Think of it this way. What if you were in line at Chick-fil-A, and for the sake of the conversation, we were in the drive-thru line because you can't go inside right now. You pulled up to that red box and then you heard a friendly voice. "Welcome to Chick-fil-A. This is Emma. How can I serve you?" Now, of course, you order the number one with a sweet tea and multiple Chick-fil-A sauces. And all the while you are peppered with, "My pleasure." Before you pull behind the next car and to make your way to the pickup window, you suddenly realize you don't have your wallet. You don't have any money. How are you going to pay for this? Panic begins to kind of take over. What are you going to do? You make your way to the window, and before you can even gather yourself to try to explain your situation, someone just says, "Hey, good to see you. Enjoy your meal." With shock and relief on your face, you thank him as you pull away. You see, from the time that you ordered food, you had no ability to put cash or a card in your hand to the time that you made it to the window. In the same way, that anxiety or that worry in that moment, it brought you nothing. The only person with the power to give you anything at that moment was the owner. His power, his ability allowed you to walk away with a free meal. So that's just like right now. We know how our somewhat controlled life was 6 weeks ago. And we are living in a season of indefinite uncertainty, no question about it. But we still have a God that has the ability and has the knowledge to know all things that are uncertain. And we can put our trust and our faith in that. When our trust is firmly rooted in God, in the one that has complete control over every situation, we can rest. We can rest in the truth of the living Word of God. We can rest knowing that our Father knows right where we are. So with that said, students, He knows right where all of us are. We love you. We're praying for you. We're here for you. And we'll talk to you soon.